get rolling.
Wow. Call 1-800-NICE and Neat.
Wow.
I'll be the one to take the risk to go and get them bands. I'll be the one to never sit and go and make the plan. Knowing my mother getting older, now got no time. Gotta keep a couple for the road, the rest get left behind. Yeah. To the hunters, pledge allegiance, I stand. I'm going pull forward in the fucking white sand. I give it all to the fucking mic stand. If it's been done before, then I know I can. I'm on the rise, I'm trying to keep a level head. She want my time, she begging me to give me that. I'd rather shed blood to the ground while I'm here. Put some weight on top my name.
Yes, sir. Yo, what's the deal? Y'all hope all is well. Welcome back to another episode. I'm Duke.
I'm Omar.
I'm Jalon, and this is another episode of the #1 podcast in Los Angeles. Fellas, nice and neat. What's going on with y'all today?
What's the deal?
We got a special episode.
You just
I thought about it, and I was like, yeah, what's going on with y'all? But we talking to the fellas, so I want to include them too.
I feel it.
Disclaimer, all our episodes are special. Duh.
Coming from the guy last episode, I think we got something here.
I think we got something.
Fellas, this episode is for you guys. We like to take all of our topics are really organic. They're really real. They are whatever we're going through in life, but also what we see that you guys are going through in life as well. We were scrolling through the comments, and in the comments, we were just like, yo, we seen from a lot of fellas, they wanted some single content from us. And, just like what's good single content for our male listeners, our male viewers, and what better content can we think about than like just great attributes as a single man you can have to attract the woman that you're trying to attract. Nice and neat, I think we do a good job of, we've done a good job of being single. We've done a good job of being single. Right?
I was horrible at it. I was terrible at being
You know
single.
why you did a good job at being single? It's because you won the prize at the end of it. A girlfriend.
Hello.
So you did a good job. You did a great job
being single.
Mm-hmm. You did a great job. You weren't a lifetime single man, and that is not the goal. Like
No, that's real.
it's just like
Okay.
It's just like go ahead.
Being single, doing single well. What's that look like?
Doing single well.
Right. Being good at being single. What's that look like as a man?
Very limited frustration.
Very limited.
No women key in your car.
Yeah.
We don't have those problems.
No problem.
No. We don't. No. I'm comfortably dating. It's good. I got a good thing going on. You know what I mean?
No women problem.
No women problems. Nah.
Okay.
Oh no, you can't have women problems single.
Nah.
You can't.
No. And that's what I'm saying. If you're being successful at being single, you don't have women problems.
No.
Like, nah, you don't have that. What we like to do at Nice and Neat, I like to look at the advice and the information that we give, and through our experiences to be able to take very similarly to if you guys seen the movie Hitch, the same way he gives information to his clients. Like, there is a larger goal here at hand. Mm-hmm. Yes, you're single. Yes, you want to be charismatic. Yes, you want to be appealing. But at the end of the day, the goal is to eventually settle down and be with that one person. Like, we don't want to just give advice to where people are just out and they're abusing the information that we give.
Yeah, for sure.
So, fellas, I want you guys to go back to that mental Rolodex. Take it back circa 5 years ago, 5.5 years ago, 6 years ago, and put yourself back in your single shoes. It is a Friday. The day just started, and this is how we're going to start. We're going to start with a scenario, and then we could dive into everything else.
Okay.
It's a Friday morning. I'm going to say it's 5:30 a.m. on a Friday morning. The day just started. What does that look like for you, Omar, as a single man headed into your weekend?
5:30 a.m. I'm probably waking up.
Okay.
If I'm not already up, I usually get up an hour before I gotta do something. And I feel like at that time in my life, I was working out 6:30, maybe 6. What time?
It's like 7. We was like 7.
7. You sure?
It was 7.
Depending on what time of the year it was.
Yeah.
It could have been 7. It could have been 6.
Yeah.
Just sometime.
It was early.
Yeah.
It was an early morning. It was early morning. So I was either getting up or on my way to the gym.
Gym is important.
The gym was important. I mean, it's one
You're
of
a
the
single man.
It's one of the most consistent things I got going in my life
Okay.
right now. You know what I mean? The gym. Like I'm not missing an appointment. I'm not missing a session. I'm not missing a link up with that gym. So I'm getting that in. I'm gonna head to the crib after, shower up, grab some grub. We just talking about like my real life scenario.
You're a single man on a Friday with time. What's your day look like?
Yeah, I'm probably setting up a breakfast date.
Okay. Okay, let's get to it.
I'm probably setting up a breakfast date if I can arrange it. If if I can arrange it, I'm probably setting up a breakfast date. And it doesn't have to be nothing serious. It could be just getting up for coffee.
He said breakfast. Early.
Get to it.
I'm getting to it. And I don't want to be like crucified or like looked at as like a dog for the next things I'm about to say. But after the breakfast date, I'll go home, chill a little bit, and
Okay.
Go to
I'm
another-
gonna
I'm
pause
trying
you
to
right
line up another date. I'm trying to line up another
lunch
date.
date?
I'm trying to line up a lunch date.
there. Okay. So I'm gonna pause you right there, right? You make it back home. What the house look like?
You crazy.
Oh man, that's a good going into the weekend.
Yep,
on
going
a
into the
Friday, On
weekend.
a Friday, I'm probably cleaning it right now. This is probably my opportunity to clean it. I mean, I've been tidying up all week though. Like one thing as a single man, bro, that crib be staying clean. I don't know what it is about being single.
If you got carpet, vacuum lines.
Hey, boy, air freshener popping, not a dish left in the sink. It's spotless. So I'm getting that right. I'm getting that right and ready. You know what I mean? So the mood could be set. To be honest, I never know if I might come home with a guest. You know what I mean? So I wanted to be right.
So that's a big reason to have the house clean.
Yeah, you just never know.
Because you don't never know.
You just
You're
never,
single.
You single. Anything can happen. And the last thing you want to do is bring a woman friend over to your house and her be turned off by the lack of cleanliness that you have in your home. That say a lot about a man. You know what I mean? Like, damn, this toilet's dirty. Shit stuck to the plate in the sink. Like, damn, I could tell it don't be no women over here. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I know don't women be over here. That's not a good thing for women to see in a single man. Women don't want. If a woman see that, she gonna start questioning why women don't be over here. What's going on with this
Why
dude?
am I over here?
Why am I over here? You know what I mean?
Yeah, women like being comfortable.
Yeah.
They like being comfortable. I don't care where it's at. They like being comfortable.
So you got to make that right. So then I'm trying to organize a lunch date. I ain't gonna hold you.
What about your grooming? You.
Oh no, I got cut on Thursday. You said Friday.
Okay, you
said
cut on
I got
Thursday.
cut on Thursday.
Okay, so you already.
I got cut on Thursday, and I probably already got a manicure, pedicure the same day. Like lined that up on Thursday because
Okay.
living here in LA as a single man, we know I ain't going out on Friday night. No, my night was last night. Actually, that's why I'm trying to line up all these dates right now in the daytime. Mm-hmm. We live in LA, so like a Friday night, it's not like a real thing for us here, right? But I could get something cracking at the crib for sure. So yeah, I got my lunch date lined up if I can. If not, I'm trying to Mac. And when I say Mac, I mean I'm trying to holler at something. You know what I mean? I'm trying to work my mouthpiece, lyrical exercise right now. I'm warming it up for hopefully a fun evening with a friend at the crib or hanging out something low key. You know what I mean? Whether it be a hookah lounge, an escape room, something fun. You know what I mean?
That leads me to ask you. So having places to go is important. You said hookah lounge, escape room, something fun. Are these are places that you already knew about prior to meeting these girls, or is this something like how do you know where to go?
Yeah, yes.
How you know? Like how you know where to go? How does one find, like this is what I want to do tonight?
Well, for one, a lot of it is personal preference, right? A lot of things is like, well, a lot of times, I know this is gonna be fun for me and the lady friend, but it's also something that I want to do. You know what I mean? Something that I enjoy spending my time doing. Something that I also think that maybe everybody else isn't doing. You know what I mean? Because part of like securing or getting a woman is, surprising her, hitting her with the element of surprise and doing things that are out of the norm. You know what I mean? So, I think just through like living here in LA and trying to figure out other fun other than going out and drinking every night, you find other things to, other ways to spend your time, you know what I mean? And to enjoy each other's company. A lot of times it's hard to like really have good conversation and, meaningful fun when the music is blasting in your ear all the time. So like when you think about like getting a shorty, it's like, I want to be able to hear her. And I want her to, more than anything, I want her to be able to hear me. I don't want her to be screaming over nothing. You know what I mean? So I'm looking for something that's fun, something that could help bring us together, right? Like I said, like an escape room. Like that's going to require both of us to use our minds and come together and do something. All right, so right there, I'm already playing with like something different that like the average man probably not doing. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to figure out ways how I could like penetrate her mind before I could even think about penetrating. Because that's the goal, right? I'm a single man, right? And that's not the goal, but like I would be lying.
That was your mindset back then.
That was my mind.
That was your mindset back then.
Let's be clear. That was my mindset back then. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get that. But let's be clear, like I feel like she's trying to get this too. You know what I mean? So what I'm trying to do is make sure that like I got us in a place that we both feel comfortable to take that next step. You know what I mean? And I feel like doing things out of the norm or doing fun things or doing things that's gonna play with her mind or make her think can help you do that. You know what I mean? So I mean, also too, just like us talking, it's like, hey bro, man, I went to an escape room last week. Escape room, what's that? It's a room that you go in, you get locked in for an hour and you gotta get out. Damn, that shit sounds like some fun I wanna do with a shorty. Bet, good looking, bro. That shit sound fun. Where was that? So it happened like that. I can't say that I actually stumbled across the escape room by myself. I don't know who told me about it, but it came from just casual conversation with the homies. Probably him telling me about something innocent. And I flipped it to, oh, that's a date night. Because it just seemed fun. Again, but that seemed fun to me, though.
Yeah.
That seemed fun to me. You know what I mean? That may not be everybody else's fun, but whatever it is, I just think, like, you want to do something other than going to dinner, going to the club, right? Which is very common here in LA, right? You get with the woman, you spend some time, you say, let's go to dinner, let's go out, let's go out. All right, well, after we do that, what else can we do? Shit, before we even do that, what else can we do? That's how you surprise them.
So you sound like you had single down pat.
I mean, I did pretty well.
Yeah.
Did pretty well for myself.
I did pretty well for myself. You see where I'm at right now.
Okay. Hey.
About to jump the broom, you know what I mean? So I did pretty well for myself.
Duke, talk to us. What does pretty well look like?
Pretty well.
In the single space.
Ooh, damn. All right, so I played in the NFL. My single life was a little different than the average guys, right? I'm not saying I'm better than anybody, but my experience was just a little different, right?
Not a little.
So because I played in the NFL, my day job was training and working out and getting treatment and making sure my body was right to get ready for the season, all right? So a Friday would be wake up 5:30, hit the gym 6, right? Work out for 2 hours. Actually wake up, clean my bed, military style. Big tucks. Right? Big tucks at the bottom of the bed. Really, really so much that like my fingers is almost breaking because that's how rigid I gotta be with how clean my bed gotta be.
You can see a handprint on that bed.
Right. It's like a flat surface. You know, get up, go to the gym, come back, take a shower, go to treatment. I just worked out hard, so now I gotta go get stretched and massaged and stuff like that. Right. Then, I may go shopping, right? Because I'm in the NFL, right? I'm in the NFL, and, I'm young, I'm in the NFL, I got paper in my pocket, I got time. What do people do when they got time and they're young? They spend money, right? So I'll go shopping. When I go shopping, I may call somebody and say, hey, yo, you want to accompany me? You want to just ride? And that would be the date, right? Just sometimes when you're single, you just do shit like that. They just ride with you. It don't even have to be a date plan. Just like, yo, you just ride, come on. So we'll do that, kick it for like 2-3 hours, go get lunch, go back to the crib, drop them off, we go our separate ways, come back home. Me and O live together. So me and O will always reconvene at the house, chop it up. Hey, what you got going today, right? So we'll kind of brief the day or debrief the morning or whatever the case may be, and see what's going on. Hey, yo, I got this thing to do tonight. Yo, I'm pulling up. I got such and such coming to dinner with me, or I'm going to such and such, and I'm meeting up with her. So we'll plan the day, you know, from there. Go out around like 6 o'clock, 6 to 8. Not too late, not too early, because you want to give yourself options of how you want the night to go, right? So once 8 o'clock hit, 9 o'clock hit, you know, you can kind of say, hey, yo, do I want to continue this with this person, or do I want to go separate ways and free up my night so I could go hit the club, or I could go, you know, go to a bar with another person, right? It was real crazy, like, back then. So, you know, that's what we'll do. And then the night comes, we come home and, you know, do it again next week.
Next week?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
I didn't want to be extra. But that's kind of from my single life, right? I know the single life is different for every man, because some men work like 9 to 5, some men work different jobs, but that's where I was at in my life, because my whole job was, hey, play football, off season, you know, train, get healthy, do it again, right? So I had a lot of time. We had a lot of time. So a lot of it was filled with just like adventure, like that, you know? So yeah. That's how it looked.
So you said, okay, all right. So with that being said, right, what were some of the things that you guys realized during during the single life, like, yo, this attribute in me works? Like, this works. This is how I'm able to go on these dates, whether you said you'll do it next week or tomorrow. What did you start to realize about you that works? What were qualities that you had and that you begin to refine because you're like, yo, this is what builds success in my dating space?
I'm not even gonna hold you. I think the first thing when you're a single man is your appearance. Like, if you're a single man, you just gotta put emphasis on your appearance. You gotta be in the gym, you gotta be in shape, right? You gotta be as attractive as you can be. And that involves going to the barber as many times as you need to. That means making sure you're eating right.
Y'all was on a two times a week plan at one point in time.
I used to get cut by you twice a week.
Twice a week.
Yeah, so that's really important, right? How you look is the first step in a single man's life, because that's the only way people are initially going to be attracted to you, is how you look. It don't matter how intelligent you are. It don't matter, you know, how your character is, or how emotional intelligent you are, or how much money you got in your pocket. In some cases, maybe the money shows, but initially for most guys, and for me, it was the way I looked. All right, and I'm tatted up. I'm, you know, muscles.
Got a good setup.
All these things.
Got a good setup.
A good setup. So I think that was the most. That's the thing you want to emphasize the most as a single man first.
Mm-hmm. First impression, because that essentially, it's a great compliment to your approach or your assertiveness, right?
Yep.
It's very hard for women to just turn niggas down that they just not attracted to.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? When a woman's attracted to you, she'll bypass a lot of things that you may say that's not the smoothest, because you're really attractive, right? Posture, all that stuff. So that's, for me, that's number one thing. I don't want to just give you the whole list because I know we got a show, but that's number one thing for me.
It's crazy because as he's saying that, I'm hearing another one right in that, right? So he's saying appearance. I would say what I've learned too through my experience of being single, is consistency, right? Because like you're even saying like your appearance is working out, right? That's showing up every day. Grooming, getting a haircut. That's consistency, right? That's showing up. You know what I mean? Anything else of like when I think about all of my experiences with women, one of the most common things I would hear from them is, "Damn, like you're really consistent with. You really go to the gym every day. Yeah, you really work out. I mean, at the time, just like Duke, you know, it was my job to be in shape, but still, it was hard for people to fathom. Damn, you really work out at 5:30? Damn, I can't. Damn, that's really impressive. I really admire that. I can't tell him how many times I heard that about myself, about my routine. Yeah. Damn, we was just out last night. You going to work out right now? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am. I think you should lead too. I mean,
yeah. What you think?
So you said.
I said appearance.
Appearance.
Yep.
Consistency. Showing up.
Man, I just without taking myself too deep in that hole, I think just being assertive is really important, because all of those things like kind of lead to a space of confidence that you have to even be assertive. I think being assertive comes from confidence. Like a lot of women like, man, I wish he could be more assertive. And it's just like, he might not be confident. Like you could start right there. I think about times where you just out and you see somebody or you see something that you want and you like, oh, I'm finna go holler at her. You ain't even gotta say nothing. You just beeline over there to her.
Yeah.
It's a very, very assertive thing, AKA it's very, very confident, And then not only that, one thing I like you said, as well, which would fall under the category of being assertive, is planning. Like, yo, let's go to this escape room 8:00 Friday night. That's what we doing. Taking the things off of her plate that she doesn't have to worry about. Mm-hmm. One thing with me that was really big was both of us don't need to meet at a place unless I wanted to go somewhere afterwards that was different. If I know we was meeting, this is funny that you say the 6:00, right? If we meeting at 6, yeah, we might meet there at the spot. Right, but if we meet in like 9 or 10, we're probably gonna end our night together. So it's like, oh man, we'll just pull up to the crib and we'll go together, right? Again, the crib being clean is very important because you don't ever know who, as a single man, whether it's your homies that just slid through before they went out, whether they brought some chicks through, you always want your crib to be clean. The first appearance is the most important. Like that is. I feel like as a single man, the reason why you have to be in the gym, you have to make sure those haircuts is maintained. That car gotta be clean. The house gotta be clean. It's because you might see somebody one time, and that one time they see you is what they gonna base your entire being off of.
Yeah, for sure.
Everything you are is gonna be in that one. This is the first time I see, oh man, when I see, he was looking crazy.
You might miss out on your lifetime partner.
You could miss out on your lifetime partner.
That's a fact.
With slipping while you single.
No, that's so real.
That's a fact.
So like, there's no room, sorry single man, there's no room to be slipping. As a single man, as a single person, you don't, and you're actively dating, there's no room to be slipping.
Not being able to, there's no room for not presenting your best self, right?
No.
Mm-hmm.
There's no room. And your best self should be trying to get better every day. Mm-hmm. So that's, I would say just being, so we got appearance, we have consistency, and being assertive.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, so let's bring it back to consistency. What are some ways that shows up though? You know what I mean? Like, what are some actionable things that you would do that someone can say outside of being in the gym, right? Like, why would a woman call you consistent?
I'm consistent with my growth. Maybe it was reading, devoting time to, certain practices, spending time pouring into my just like my personal cup.
Yeah.
Things that she could see that she'd be like, damn, I feel like that's making him a better man. Like, like I said, reading. For me, it was reading. Man, this dude does yoga.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of common now, but like a dude with muscles doing yoga, that's not a common thing. You know what I mean? And it's like, yo, like he not just doing it for us to go to class. Like he actually going on his own. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'm just a guest just by chance. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like, and that's still working out. But that was more like a spiritual practice in itself though too, right? Man, staying.
You know what's interesting about what you just said? That let's add this to the list, right? But uniqueness is what I get from seeing a man with muscles that's physically in shape doing yoga.
Yep.
We know people that do yoga.
Yep.
It ain't yoga that's unique. It's about this dude doing yoga that's unique, or someone looking like you and being emotionally intelligent, that's unique.
Yeah.
Or someone looking like you and us meeting at the club, but you wanting to go to breakfast instead of dinner.
Yep.
That's unique.
Yep.
Or what you just said.
Reading.
Those things are unique. So I think that's an important thing that we don't want to look over. But as far as consistency goes, man, I asked Chanel a long time ago. I said, "Yo, what was the thing that that really drew you to me?" And she said consistency as well. And the way that showed up for me, or the way that I was doing that, it was I was consistent with how much I was speaking to her. Mm-hmm. I was consistent with, hey, yo, I need you to meet me here. All right? It wasn't about, hey, yo, what do you want to do? It was like, hey, yo, I need you to meet me here. Next week, I need you to meet me here. Next week, I need you to meet me here, right?
Oh, you needed that.
And I needed that, right? Okay. So it was consistent behavior, consistent communication, consistent emotions, and I was consistently assertive and showing up, right? And I think that over a period of time, that becomes your identity because you've been doing it, and that's what the woman knows you as. And consistency to me is like a byproduct, or it's related to accountability. If you're consistent, I know I can count on you.
Yep.
If I can count on you, I know I can trust you. If I can trust you, you the person I'm going with. You know, so I think that kind of, in a small nutshell, when you're single, like that consistency says more than just like I'm just showing up.
But look how important consistency is, right? Because it shows up there too. But even like if you want to be assertive, right? You said you gotta have confidence, right? Well, where does confidence come from?
Practice.
Where does and you get consistency,
consistent reps,
consistency. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
consistency is extremely important, bro. It
Yeah.
should be like, I mean, I know we say appearance.
Yeah.
It's got to be the next thing on the list in terms of like levels of importance.
So, and we talking about these qualities, we talking about these attributes. One thing I could just think about, man, that was always, I probably would say it was the best quality that I possess, and you guys, I think, will agree. But there is when you're optically successful and a woman actually meets you and they can actually be like, nah, he's actually successful at what he does. That's been one of the best attributes that I have. And I say that because when a woman has recognized my hustle, I can work as much as I need to. I can do whatever I need to. And it could just be like, hey, yo, Jelon, when you ready to hang out, we can hang out. Because I know what you're doing. I know you busy. I get it. I understand. I can see what you got going here. You know, I see what you're working on. I see what you're trying to build. And that has always been, I think, you know what, I say this, outside of using hustle, a man's vision is really important to a woman. I think when they can see like, oh, this guy has a vision and he has a direction, I feel like that's extremely important to a woman, and it makes her more curious about you. So you can get her to go out with you just based off of her curiosity of your own vision. So like that has always been something I think as a single man, I feel like if you have a vision, then you will have action in the dating space for sure. Like even if you have limited time, they'll figure out where they could work in with you within your vision for sure. Yeah, for sure.
You think?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a little pushback on that.
Push back. I'll stand
You think
in that.
vision? You think vision as a single man? Like you think is vision more important than appearance as a single man?
No, but we
No.
already talked about that.
No.
It's not more important.
No.
So this is if you're attractive, if you're consistent, then your vision okay.
Like they now have.
You've already got the other
opportunity to see
steps
that.
covered.
Okay.
We already got
We already got the other
This is
steps.
not a whole different. Not a whole different man. You gotta have all these.
No, you got.
No.
We already got these
okay.
Because
checked off the bucket
we
list.
just talking about dating, and
Okay.
like this has to be like now they're paying attention. They're only paying attention off of the back of those things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now
Okay.
they're paying attention.
Right.
And you know, you said, yo, you were in the NFL, right? So you never worked a 9 to 5. You didn't
Right.
know what that felt like. You didn't
Right.
know what that looked like, right? We'll call me being a business owner. I'll put me in that space, right? So it's like, okay, well, if that's what he does, well, what does it look like?
Okay.
And now you get to pay attention to the vision. You get to see. I'm one of the best at doing what I do. So it's like now you get to see that. One thing that I asked a woman before, I was like, yo, what is it? I see that you dated, you have a very eclectic dating space, right?
The spectrum is what along.
Different spectrums, right? But one thing I was able to key in on, I was like, but everybody's successful. Like, what is it? What is it about that you like? And she was just like, man, I really like a guy who knows what he wants and goes out and gets it, and the way people treats that guy. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. I was like, that's very, very interesting. And she was like, yeah, like I see the way people treat you, and it just turns me on to you. So, okay. I noticed that women like when other people like whoever they're going after.
Or
sure.
respect.
Or respect.
Or respect.
That's just
I think it's a more respect thing.
It's definitely a respect
I don't think it's a
thing.
like thing. I think it's more.
It's
like,
definitely a respect thing.
Yeah.
Either from women like who other women desire and who other men respect.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
It changes,
Yep.
right? But like I would imagine that there's something that women feel when they see the man that's courting them getting shown love from other men. It's like, okay, this guy's important.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is important. This guy has influence, or this guy makes impact.
Yep.
All
That's
right.
good.
Or income.
That's good. That's good.
Or
That's
income.
good. Those are
Or
four
income.
eyes.
Or
Those are
four eyes.
Four
That's
eyes.
four-
I like that.
Ooh,
I like
run it
that.
again.
Four eyes. Well, I said
Important?
impact. I said important.
Yep.
Impact.
Yep. Income.
Income. Did I say influence?
Influence.
Influence.
That's what it
I
is.
just
The
said
four
influence.
eyes.
Okay.
That's nice.
Ooh.
That's nice.
Hey, ooh, okay.
Hey, dude, you might have an ebook on your hands.
Ooh, I put that one out there. Fucking hat. Okay. But yeah, I think those are important, man. So you're absolutely right about that, right? So you see your vision, you say, hey, this vision is this vision turning me on because I see how everyone's receptive to them. So that is important. That's a big one. I think another one would be, for me at least, I don't want to say hard work because that's kind of like vision, right? That's kind of like vision. But emotional intelligence. Mm-hmm. Let's do that. Because emotional intelligence, and we spoke about this off camera, right? It's one of those things that falls under the unique category. Black men in particularly, right? Black men who seemingly have other things going well for themselves, from what I've heard, are usually not the most emotionally intelligent and in tune with their own emotions and women's emotions. So I think for me, I was always in tune with my own emotions and women's emotions. That means that I was able to be aware and conscious of how other people, what I said affected other people's emotions. And I think that showed up in the conversations that I had with women. So we had very, very mature conversation, right? Not surface level conversation. And what happens is when you have conversation that's not surface level, women remember it, right? And you start sticking out to this person. So now if they go on a date with 5 guys and they're all talking about the same thing, and you know you're having an emotionally intelligent conversation, that conversation you have is going to be the one she remembers, because she's going to be like, wow, I was on a date with this one guy, and man, that conversation was crazy. Conversation was good. We start talking about this. We was talking all night, right? And then you leave an impression on that person. They want to hang out with you again, right? So I think the emotional intelligence part of it is, it's like nurturing the relationship, right? The appearance is, catching a relationship, starting a relationship. But once you get to the emotional intelligence part, it's like, okay, this guy is taking me through this emotional journey, right? And you kind of weaving me into, I guess, conversions would be, it could be sex, it could be just being my woman, whatever. But this guy's taking me down a journey, right, until like a conversion, right? And I think that emotional intelligence part played a big role for me, just through my years of dating. And I always felt like, and maybe it's me being naive, but I always felt like all the women I dealt with, I left a pretty memorable impression on them, because I was much more than just looks. I was much more than just a good time. I actually could have conversation. Not that I was trying to manipulate or seduce. It's just like, this is what I wanted to do. This is who I am.
I'm willing to even say that, like, the looks were like the icing on the cake. You know what I mean? Because women get with men who aren't always the most attractive men all the time, because they provide all those other things, right?
Yeah.
But you provided,
But a lot of times those relationships are built from an environment where we kind of know each other already, or a friend of a friend. But I'm talking about just cold meeting somebody. Those relationships are built off some type of physical attraction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I think that the emotional intelligence, the vision, all those things play onto the looks, because it's like, yo, okay, I went on a date with this guy. I like this guy, but now I'm learning that I like him beyond his looks. All right?
Yep.
And then you start thinking about damn, this guy's a good catch. And then you start talking about, okay, other guys respect him. Oh, other women like him. Oh shit, let me kind of hold on to this guy a little bit, or let me try to give more to the guy. That's how it works, you know. And I think for me, my emotional intelligence kind of took me from stranger or just a guy to I want to hang out with this guy all the time. You know what I mean? That's kind of for me.
So, Duke, I'm gonna ask you: when you were dating, did you feel like the choice in moving forward a relationship was in your hands, or did you feel like it was in the woman's hands that you was dating?
Now, Jalon, you know the answer to that.
I'm asking you.
They don't. They don't.
Now, Jalon, you know the answer to that.
What's the answer, O?
Now, y'all know the answer to that. Ask the question again.
You heard me the first time. You heard me the first time.
So I felt like in 100% of. Nah, I felt like in majority of my dating experience or my dating relationships, right? I kind of held the keys to where we were going. You know, so if we wanted to move forward, I would move forward. If I wanted to not move forward, we wouldn't move forward, right? I can't tell you too many situations in my life, NFL, high school, college, that the relationship was just stopped abruptly because
of the woman.
Because it hasn't happened a lot. I'm not saying this never happened, but I can't really recall too many moments like that, right? And I think that's just because, you know, I just was really, really good at communicating. I was really good at I was really good at being respectful, right? So this is why we always talk about too. No matter where you at in life, no matter what your idea of dating is, if you're always respectful, like you always make a woman feel comfortable, you always make a woman feel safe, she'll always want to be around, you know? But it's when you stop, it's like when you because you're single, you start disrespecting a woman, that's different, right? I think you could be single, I think you could be dating and still respect women, and still when you're in that woman's presence, you show her a good time, you respect her, you don't be calling her out her name, you don't be like talking to girls in front of her face. There's ways to go about it. And I feel like that's who I've always been. So all my single relationships been cool.
Hey, you never been dating a woman? This question for both y'all. Y'all never been dating a woman and thinking everything going good, and you know, before you know it, she just gone the other way, and like no explanation.
Like in the moment or just in general? Yes, yeah. Actually, yeah.
Like in general? Or?
In general.
That happened. Yeah, that happened.
In general.
Yeah, that happened.
Oh, yeah. I think, though, I'll tell you, even to Duke's point, though, it was just because, like, deep down inside, I knew she wanted to move into another place, and it was like, this is where we're going to stay. We're going to stay in this space right here. And she just got fed up with staying in that space. But, like, when you single and you moving and you shaking, you probably not even recognize it for a week.
Yeah.
Like, you just be like, oh, okay.
Oh, that's over.
I guess, yeah, that's over.
Oh, that's over.
That's over.
Oh, damn.
You know, and I think one thing that's important about dating is you can't press anybody to do anything that just because you want them to do it or you want this situation to work. Like, you have to be very, very willing to take what comes with dating. If you like, yo, we dating and we just kind of trying to see, like, understand what just trying to see look like. They're trying to see that from other people. So if you find out that, seriously, if you find out like somebody is dating somebody else, like, you can't get mad at that person that you dating. Like, this is dating is for sport, which means it's competition. Like,
And that goes back to emotional intelligence too.
Oof.
Understanding that, you know, like that's emotionally intelligent. I understand the situation.
I get it.
I get it.
I get, like, dating is so much of respect to where it's like, if I happen to see a girl who I know that we've been kind of kicking it, and I see her out and she kind of kicking it with somebody else, bro, I'm not even going to
Press. She on a date.
She's on a date.
Hey,
She on a date.
hey, them the rules.
Them the rules.
That's so real.
She's on a date. Let her be.
And let her enjoy her night.
Let her enjoy her night.
Don't bother her.
Nah, for real.
Fellas, don't bother her. Don't shoot her a text. Don't do none of that.
Don't do none of that.
For real.
Don't.
You funny. Nah, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Let that one go.
If you haven't made it you haven't made a decision to where you're like, yo, like, I want us to be exclusive, or you guys haven't had an exclusive conversation to where it's saying this is how we moving now, and y'all both agree on it, you can't be mad when you see anybody.
Do y'all
with
know
anybody
this
else.
one time?
Beat you to
I
punch.
was dating. I went on this date with this chick, right? I'm thinking I'm being low. I go to this place called Barton G, right?
That ain't low.
What do I know though, right? What do I know? Right? I'm thinking I'm trying to be low. I ain't never been to Barton G before.
Everybody behind the camera shaking their head. That ain't low.
This boy tripping. All right, so I walk up in the Barton G. I got this thing with me, right? Out of towner, right? I'm like, this is the perfect spot. I sit down, and at a table. It's a small table for two. They sit right next to a table of two. Who at that table? Candace on a date with somebody else.
No.
I cannot make this up. And what make it even crazier?
Wow, this is great.
Hey, what make it even crazier is I'm sitting on this side and she's sitting on that side. So we're sitting on opposite
Y'all can
tables.
see each
We
other.
looking at each other.
No.
Hey, what the fuck?
That is funny.
Yo, that was classic.
That
was
is
crazy.
funny,
Wow.
dog.
That was crazy. Yeah, we ended up, but here's the thing. We're both emotionally intelligent. So we didn't hold that against each other at all. You know what I mean? That's just a
Okay.
funny story that we talk about to this day.
It was what it was.
It was what it was. You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing my thing. You doing, because I'm out here doing my thing.
Yeah.
I haven't said that, yo, I'm for you, and you ain't said you for me either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Some
We just
people,
rocking.
that's a great point. You probably have a lot of bad dating experiences if you don't have emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
Okay? Because when you are dating as a single person, you just have to have the awareness that the person you're dating is probably dating other people.
Mm-hmm.
And if you understand that emotionally, things like that should not bother you.
Yep.
Right? And if you let things like that bother you, that can get in the way of the growth of your relationship. And they could possibly be a Owen Candace.
Yep.
Right? And a lot of times what happens, what I would suggest guys do is really, really work on their emotional intelligence, because sometimes women have different viewpoints than men. And if you're not emotionally intelligent, you would try to combat her viewpoints instead of just kind of working through them. Especially if you guys are at dinner, like, okay, you don't agree with that, but just don't show her that you're so opposed to what she's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Work through it with her. Try to get her to understand, okay, well, I see what you're saying. I see why you would say that. No, I would agree with that point. Here's why I think this. Okay, yeah, well, nah, it's cool. We could just agree to disagree.
Yeah.
And that be that, right? Instead of just being it's like a combative thing where like this person is saying this or she's saying that. Nah.
Man, fellas, early on in dating, first couple of dates, take that advice for real.
Not try to show how smart you are.
Yeah. Like, I think it's just, we always talk about data. Just take the data. If you hear enough points that you're like, yo, I actually would never be able to overcome these points, then take it as that. But to sit there and be on a date that you're paying for and you're supposed to be enjoying your night and they be combating what a woman across the table is saying to you is actually like, just enjoy your night.
That don't make no sense.
That's wild.
Just enjoy your night. Now, you can enjoy your night, and these are the rules. You can enjoy your night, and if at the end of the night you're like, hey, yo, I'm actually cool on her, you still required to go through the date, be a gentleman, do all of those things.
Them the rules.
And you go home, and you just be like, yo, we don't got to speak no more. But, like, you got to stay true to, like, hey, yo, we said we was going to have a date tonight, and we was going to go ahead and just enjoy the night. You got to do the best that you can, brother.
You gotta do the best you can, brother.
Seriously. Because I've heard nightmare dates of dudes coming. It's like, yeah, man, she said this, and I said this. And it's like, why are you telling her how you felt about that?
It's not the place and time.
This ain't it.
No.
She don't even know you.
She don't know you.
Man.
Why would she take your advice when she don't know you?
She don't know you.
You guys are trying to get to know each other. So now as she's speaking, you get to know her and take inventory. Don't reply back and be like, well, this is how I feel about the Democratic Party.
Too strong. Way too strong.
Like, what?
Way too
Strong and wrong.
Right, you got to keep a lot of those, those meetups or whatever. You got to keep those light. Those
Nah,
encounters.
because those, if you see like, you know what, I didn't agree with her when she said that, but I think she's a good person and we could talk through these things. Those things will continue to just come out, and as she feels more comfortable with you, you feel more comfortable with her. Like, then you guys will be able to iron those things out. But to just sit there and be like, well, how you feel about this? And then you guys going back and forth, it's never going to be a thing. Mm-hmm. It's things now that I should be like, oh yeah, babe, I forgot to tell you. Yeah, I don't really like that. Now, in a relationship now, and we're in a relationship, we could have said these on date one, but that wouldn't have got us to this point. Like it doesn't even make sense to be dating and then trying to force your viewpoints or your beliefs on somebody that early. I don't think that ever is valuable. Like, and it shows how pressed you are for what you're trying to do too. Just have a good time. Like enjoy each other. That's very important. Just enjoy each other, and just sit back and have that emotional intelligence that you're talking about, because that's crazy.
Hey, can I go back to assertive real quick?
Go, please.
Hey, let me know if this is a strong take.
It's a strong take.
Women love to be told what to do.
That's the statement. You
Is
just
that a
gonna end
strong
it there?
take?
You gonna leave
I'm
that?
gonna wait for y'all to say.
You gonna leave that loaded
Strong
statement on the
take.
table?
Is it women love being told what to do? Is it a strong take? I feel like it's gonna.
We're talking about.
It's about to get stronger. With
We're
what you
talking
follow
about.
it
We're
up
talking
with.
about being assertive, right? I'm talking about being assertive. What you think? If I say, "Oh,"
Women, yes.
you say yes. July what? July did a little subtle like.
What do you say?
He did it. Hey, Food didn't even nod his head. He just blinked his lashes.
Yeah.
So look. So
Yeah.
when I say women love being told to do, I mean that you take the decision making out of women's hands.
Yeah.
They love that, right? So early on, when I was courting Chanel, it was never, yo, do you want to go to this restaurant? I was in New York. She's from New York. Why wouldn't I ask her that? She knows all the restaurants. So why wouldn't I ask her that? The reason I wouldn't ask her that is because, like, I'm trying to show my assertiveness to her. Hey, yo, I don't even care what restaurant you want to go to. Meet me here, right? Meet me at this restaurant at 8:30. It's this type of vibe, so feel free to wear this. Very, very specific, so she can do as less decision making as possible.
That
Women-
was super big game though.
No, super.
Forget the meet me here. I think that's great. That's great entry level about being assertive. But when you say is this type of vibe,
So you
feel free to wear
dress
it
how
is.
this. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
it's gonna
that's game.
Why is that? Why is that important? Because women are gonna overthink what they need to wear to go on dates.
Yep.
All right.
Always.
They're gonna overthink it. It's gonna make them late. It's gonna give them anxiety. It's gonna put them in a bad mood. They can't figure out what they want to wear. So all these little things are happening that you want to eliminate. By the time she gets to the date, she's like comfortable because she had to make it as, small amount of decisions as possible.
It's even more game because throughout that, she's like more and more trusting your judgment.
For sure,
It's-
right? Because
man.
then that's an element on my end of leadership. Hey, yo,
Yep.
just come like this.
Yep.
Trust me, come like this.
Yep.
She like, ooh, I know if I want to wear a skirt.
Yep.
I know if I wear tights. I know if I wear the jeans. Cool. He just made it 10 times easier to make this decision. So now I ain't got to worry about this. So now I'm probably gonna show up on time. Now I'm probably, all those things come into play, right? And if you do those things over and over again, it's like, yo, nah, this dude is, nah, I want to hang with this dude because he tell me exactly where I need to be, what time I need to be there, what I need to wear. I don't want to hang with the other guys that make me think too much, right? So that kind of separate you from the pack as far as assertiveness. When I say, yo, women love being told what to do, not bossed around, even though sometimes women want to be bossed around. But I mean, hey, yo, if you lay it out specifically where they don't have to make the type of decisions that they normally would to make their life easier, they're going to appreciate you for that, for sure, 100% of the time. No matter how boss of a woman or how whatever woman they are, I've learned that from firsthand experience. All right, so when y'all go out this weekend and y'all meet somebody, first of all, I had put up a post not too long ago. I said, yo, do not ask for these girls' numbers. Do not ask for these women's numbers. Like, please just be assertive and say, yo, let me get your number. I need that. I need that. I think we should communicate. Like, don't say, can I have your number?
Because when you say it, you sell it. You say hella
Hey, yo,
timid.
say,
You
"Can
don't
I-"
even sell it confidently.
I say, can I have your number? Like, it just sounds like, no, nigga. Like, a woman's just gonna be like, no, you can't have my number. What you cry for?
Why damn me go like this?
It's like asking. I saw somebody say, yo, a woman gonna look for any chance she get to turn you down. And that's a fact.
real.
It's like asking for a kiss. Can I have a kiss? She's gonna be like, oh, like, I want to kiss you, but like, because you asked, no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Can I have it?
You know what I mean? So it's like that. So when you guys get the number and you guys are you're talking to her and it's time to go on a date, right? Don't even ask her where she want to go. Just pick a spot, tell her to pull up or go get her and just make it happen, man. Trust me on this. From your big bro.
From
Yeah.
from Big Bro.
From Big Bro.
From Big Bro.
Who does this man think he is?
From Big Bro.
From the Big Bro.
Man,
Big
from
Bro.
Big Bro.
King Duke.
What else we got? We got one more. We good. What y'all thinking?
Nah, man, if you guys want more, you guys go put part 2 in the comments. We put part 2 in the comments. We'll bring on an expert single young man on, and he'll
we need.
He'll go ahead and break it down.
I think we need Stephen Speaks on here. You know who that is?
Stephen Speaks.
Dreads, beard.
Nah, but
He's like the relationship coach. Yeah, I think we need him. Stephen Speaks.
Stephen Speaks. If y'all
Hey,
like
y'all
Stephen Speaks,
tag Stephen
yeah.
Speaks. Or
Drop that in the
Stefan.
comments below.
Oh, it might be Stefan. I hate messing up people's names. Is it Stefan or Stephen, Demi? I don't know. It may be Stefan. It may be Stephen. It may be Steve. I don't know. But y'all go tag him. Tell him pull up. We need him on the show. And we need that game because he got some of it. He got a lot of it.
And y'all need to hear it.
But check this out, y'all. Really, really appreciate you guys rocking with us, tapping in for this episode, listening to this, watching this episode. If you guys like this episode, please comment. Let us know some feedback. Be sure to subscribe to our channels. We're trying to grow, and we need every single one of your help. Also, follow myself on Instagram at Duke. Follow Jalon at just.Jalon and Omar.Bowden. Make sure you are subscribed to us on all streaming platforms at Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all the other ones. Oh, yeah. If you're watching this right now, please press pause on the screen, screenshot, post to your story, tag us. We want to see who's engaged and who's showing us love. And yeah, man, that's all we got. Much love, much gratitude. I'm Duke.
I'm Omar.
I'm Jalon, and this is another episode of Nice and Neat, and that's that on that.
I'll be the one to take the risk to go and get them bands. I'll be the one to never sit and go and make a plan. Knowing my mother getting old now, got no time. Gotta keep a couple for the road, the rest get left behind. Yeah. To the hunters, pledge allegiance, I stand.